What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Today was a very tough day, I'm not gonna lie. I got knocked out within like the first 30 minutes. I've been asking for a shorter video, and I guess this is how we get it. It's a bit unfortunate, but let me run you guys through my thought process, and then in hindsight, what I saw, what I did wrong. I would just say it's mostly impatience, I guess, and also not having the vision of the price, getting too fixated on my bias for the most part, because like everything basically gapped down and then started slowly grinding up, but I had a bias of wanting to short. So let's start right here. You know what we normally do. Mark out the Fab 4. Boom. Okay, this doesn't look too bad of a drop, right? On AMD. Let's say right here is -1, -2. I wouldn't even say that this is too wide yet. But it's like in the gray area, the middle ground, where I could either short or go long. So, but I had a bias of trying to go short. The idea I had from the beginning was I wanted the MAs to drop and for price to catch up, then look for a short. But I was shorting already in this area before, and that's just my impatience, which led me to lose. But anyways, I didn't think the gap was anything too crazy. But it was just, for some reason, it was just really hard for me a hard morning to trade. Look at the time right now. It has a nice trend going on. My setup right now. But at the beginning of the day, man, I had a hard time trying to like figure out what to do. Let's talk about it. So I identified my position, which was like in the middle, not too close, but not too far. And my first entry is at 101.77, which is like probably around there. Yeah. Lower actually. Lower. Down here. Damn, I went I went short at basically the lows. Right here, one with the max stop at 0244. Oh no. So my first trade, I tried to do a hidden GBI, green bar ignored. So basically, in this bar's lifetime, this one right here, let's zoom in a little bit. This bar. So first I identified negative position, so I wanted to go short. I have a bias of short. I didn't take a trade here, but I was looking for a give back for it to pull back into the red bar, then come back, and that's basically where I shorted it right there. So this bar was green. At one point it erased everything and got all the way down here, so I'm shorting at like this point right here, and I have a stop above this bar at 0244. Yeah, above this bar. That's instantly wiped out, basically. Oh no, 1. Had my stop here, and then stopped out. Name. Yeah, this gap isn't even too crazy, but I got too fixated on my bias that when price was going the other way and showing strength to the upside, I didn't let go, and I kept trying to short. I was like trading my bias and not what the market was telling me. So hidden color change, because it was green, and then in the same bar it took out red. Position -2. Risk was good because I didn't lose anything crazy. We lost what, 67 bucks. Yeah, it was a hard morning for me. I couldn't really capitalize on anything. And then like market started going sideways and not really showing any movement. Well, this was the first trade of the day, so I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but like the subsequent trades, the trades coming after, is when I didn't let go of the bias and I kept trying to short even though market was going up. So yeah, thought position was good to have a short bias. -2 below the Fed 4. And nothing materialized. No follow through, which should have been an indicator warning for me to question my bias and look to see if there is any power to the other way. Position 2 is the gray area, middle ground, where I could potentially do both shorts and long. Shorts for the majority of the time, but long if there is clear and obvious power. Okay. But the first trade, I don't know that yet, because this is like a tail and this wipes it out, red. So I don't know yet that there's a power for the bulls coming in. I couldn't tell there was buying pressure. And I mean, the most obvious bar is this bar right here. It's pretty huge, just like the biggest bar in the chart. But I was still trying to short after that, which was that's where the mistakes come in. At 9:38, yeah. Okay. Looks like I made mistakes like 2 times in a row. So I was still trying to go short off of this right here. And this is the thing. This is the concept that threw me off. So if you look at AMD, the way it closed was it dropped, right? Then you get another drop. So the drop coming from the gap and this. So it's dropped a fair amount, you know. And if nothing materialized out of this, my first couple shorts, that should have been a warning for me to be careful and look for power to the upside. The power comes here. And that's when I should have changed my bias. But this is the second trade. I do remember this stung because it immediately didn't work. Right here, I tried to get in on the body. You can see this open here, pop down real quick, looked like that. I'm like, oh, okay, this might actually work out. So I'm pretty sure I went short right there on the color change of the body, and my stop right there. Let me check the prices. 09.98. Yeah, around there. Somewhere around there. Close enough. And then my stop was above that bar at 02.48. Yeah, also around there. And took an instant L in the same bar. Color change. This was like a real color change. It wasn't any finesse, trying to finesse it and do anything sophisticated and hidden color change in the same bar. Like this was a prior green bar and then this one was red. Took out the body, so I entered. Didn't materialize again, no follow through. Position, same thing. -2 risk. I'm pretty sure I was going light. Lost 50 bucks on this one. Might trigger right here, but it is going into the 200. Again, I don't think anything was wrong with this one, but after power comes and if I'm still trying to short, then that's where it's wrong. Because there was nothing powerful yet that was green that could change my bias until this very bar. But the mistakes will come out. I'll show you mistakes that come after. Again, still have that short bias. So I'm taking another color change on the body. Instantly fails in the same bar, which should have warned me of a possible stop and reverse if I saw immediate and violent buying pressure. Okay, this next one is where I I believe the mistake's coming. Okay. So let's be honest. This bar didn't produce follow through. Actually, red came down, so I'm trying to short. Okay. Green. This one opens, goes down. I'm trying to short still. Okay. But I don't get followed through twice on both of those trades. So any sight of power, green power, bullish power, I should be pretty wary about it, pretty cautious. And look at this bar. That stops me out. That thing gets pretty powerful, okay? It's the biggest bar of the day. It's pretty elephant in nature compared to the last day's price action. It's a big bar. The problem comes at 640 when I try to short again. Wait, hold on. I'm tripping. This is coin. Pretty sure I did try to short AMD again though later. Alright, let's switch to coin then, see what I did. Same thing on coin. Overall, yesterday was like all it did was really go down, and then today it gapped down a decent amount, so that's a lot of downside already. So I should be careful about the asking too much of the stock, you know, asking for the stock to drop even more. So I had the same ideas. I wanted it to pull back, ideally, then get a short. It did materialize here, but I don't think I even made it to that point to catch it. I think I was out by then. So at 940, I'm assuming this bar. Okay, no, this bar. This bar. I think this is one of the bars where I stopped out in the same. Pretty sure I had the 8 on here. Yeah. So basically I see the red bar drop down, green bar. I'm waiting for a red bar on the color change again to get in short. And nah. This was, I guess this was good enough space to try the long right here and go up to the MAs. Like if I were to short, I should have waited for the pull back all the way to the MAs. Let it fill in the gap. But I saw this red. I'm like, oh, let's just hop in. And not the best idea because it still had room to retrace back to the MAs. 31. Yeah. Pretty much at the lows. Right here. Stop at 95. Okay, I think then this one was like hella slippage because I intended to get out on top of this bar at 69. Right here. Yeah, because 50 cents, I could only afford 81. 50 plus 31, 81. But I wanted my stop at 68. Bro, this thing, cause coin be like jumpy with it. So this bar popped up. I got out like the whole number. Bad slippage. Pretty bad slippage. Basically out on top right here. Name, color change. Right here. Position. -2. Risk. I intended it to be good, but with slippage it was kind of bad. Let's see what the loss was. Yeah, it was pretty bad. -134. I think this is just the mistake with this one was impatience. And then I gotta look at the bigger picture, okay? That's what I gotta look at. Like I can draw out the Fab 4 and it be looking like this, but when I zoom out and look at what the rest of the day did, all it did was basically drop. So it really dropped from here, gaps down, and I'm looking for shorts. Like it needs to chill before, fill the gap up real quick and then drop. So I even though I mark out the position here, I gotta look at the bigger picture. Where did yesterday come from, originate from? The move. It started from here, dropped down to here. The gap dropped down to here. And I'm trying to short like here. Yeah. Look at the bigger picture. So takeaways for this. A bit impatient on this one. It didn't retrace completely to the MAs like I wanted it to. That was the original trade idea for the stock, to fill in the gap and for the MAs to catch up, then look for a setup to short. But I did it pretty early. Also, don't have tunnel vision. Just because I have a definitive Fab 4 marked up. Make sure to look at the bigger picture. Yesterday's whole move, it basically dropped the whole day and opened the whole day yesterday and opened with the decently sized gap down. So in that case, I should get to know my stock and see if I am simply asking too much for it to drop another leg down. Wait for the stock to rest and fill the gap, and for everything to settle before I try another short, before I try for another leg. Simply be patient. Yeah. So that was this one. Then I tried another short. And it might have been the concept of the double dip again. So what this gap down is basically, you could fill it in. It's a big drop, it's a big move down, right? So by the time it retraces back to the MAs, this is where I'm looking for a short. I'm pretty sure this is my next trade. My short underneath here with a stop here. Next thing you know, pops up, double dip, stops out, hits the 20, then triggers the actual move down, which was like a decent move down from here to here. 74 something to like 72 something, like a $2 move down. And this bar is 55-cent bar. 2 lots on that maybe. Could have made like 400 on that move down. But I believe that is the same concept of the double dip. Tried it here, stops out, boom, boom, stops out, and goes. So I was in at what, 78? Pretty much below this bar, below this one. My stop is at 41 or something, 50. Yeah, 50. How about this? It's like the concept of the double dip again. It's like the 50% mark. Name, color change, position. Around the 50% mark of the gap. %50 gap fill. A to May. Maybe it got above the A to May maybe that position wasn't too hot. Risk only one lot, so that's good. 22 plus 49 minus 71. I'll put this under bad as well because there's a lot more to learn from this than things that I did good. So number one takeaway is position of the 8 MA is not the best. Did close above the 8, so now the 8 is hooking under. Also, this is the concept of the double dip again that got me. Because 2 bars later, it popped up and triggered again off the 20 MA. That one actually should have been a winner. Yeah. I would just say this 8 MA, the way it triggered was actually like it got above and now it's coming back down, so now like the 8 is this dynamic support. X is almost like a dynamic support. It was resistance, but it got above and became, but price got above and it became a floor. And then they had a double dip. I should have tried it here, but I don't think that's my last trade. Should have had a re-entry on the double dip off the 20 MA, because that was the ultimate trade idea that I was looking for. I ended up not taking it because I went back to AMD, wasn't focused on one stock, and by switching around I end up missing opportunities. Yeah, this should have been a textbook re-entry right here. Short, pulls back to basically the bottom of the Fab 4. Boom. Double dip. Boom. Stop out. You get in again. And then this one actually won. Probably got like 3 R's down there. yeah. Oh man, sleepy. Then the last trade on AMD. Oh wow. This looks to be trending down now. It might trigger off this 20. Yeah, this morning, man, the stocks were like going sideways, but normally Friday afternoons don't even have that much action. But this did have a pretty good move up. Broke down. Get your first entry short. It might trigger again right here. Broke below this. Right, test this as a ceiling now, and then drop. But let's review the final trip. I mean, all of that analysis after is for nothing. Like trade-wise, I can't even take them. I mean, it's not for nothing because I could still just sit here and just get some screen time and absorb, you know, without actually trading. But it's all for naught because I can't even take the trade. But the 15-minute is overall going up. Bullish on the 15 minutes, so it looks like it's going back up actually. So no trigger short. This one triggers at 70. 10:03. Pretty sure this color change right here. That's what I try to get. $10:03.08 at 03:15. Oh wait, no. So my first trade is here on this color change. I'm pretty sure at this moment in time I have about $80 left. So I enter one there. 03:15. No, 02:93, yeah, around there. And then I have my stop here, above here. When this thing is pulling up, I added one with the same stop right here. But it's because my first lot wasn't risking the full $80. So I sized up. I guess I was adding to a loser though because it wasn't even winning yet. So that's not too good. I only did that because it was right into this 20 though. So in my head I was thinking the 20 could hold. But it didn't. So stop out. Color change though. Got below the 8. Put in green against the 20. Put in red. Now I'm looking to go short. Declining 20. Risk is good. Yeah, even with the ad, my risk is still good because the first lot was only risking like 40. There's only like a 40-cent bar, maybe 30-cent. Like I was trying to finesse this ad, get it close to the 20, and if it does bounce off the 20, then I got it real tight. But it ended up stopping out. So let's see the loss on that. Minus 70. don't think this is too bad. Last trade for the day. This finally filled the majority of the gap. Then pulled below, and put in a color change. So of course I trigger in. At first with only one lot, so my risk is undersized. When the next bar pulls up into the 20, yeah, I didn't just add into the 20, I was waiting to see if the bar would like blip down, you know, pull down, and it did. This bar was like a tail at a certain point, but it filled up and closed pretty solid. But at one point it was looking like this. It pulled up, and then like this tail right here, it looked like that for a second. So I'm like, oh, might have caught it at the top. My first ad here pulled up. I'm waiting to see what kind of price action it gives me. Is it like steadily rejecting off the MA? And it does for a second. At one point it looked like this tail, but then it filled up, and then we stopped out. In its lifetime, the bar did wick off the 20 and appear to be a tail. So I was thinking, nice, I got the ad on the pullback. But it ended up closing solid and ultimately stopping me out. I would say this is an example of adding to a loser. This would be terrible if I was trying to average my price out to get a better price. Like, it would be terrible. This is adding to your loser. But there's only one exception. That I could probably use this in. The exception is if there is power to the left and I don't have my full intended line on. Under wrist. Intended. So basically what I mean was, here I really could have put 2 lots on, but I only put 1 lot on. I waited to see if this bar, what it would do. It pulled up. At one point, it started slowly pulling away from the 20. Looked like a tail for a second. So I'm like, ooh. I added up here. So now I have 2 with the stop right here. Still risking below my max loss per trade. And if it were to follow through, it would drop pretty nicely for me, but it didn't. The only problem here is if I was like already in 2 lots, and as this thing is pulling against me, I'm adding like 3 more here. That is a terrible idea. This is adding to your loser and over leveraging. Bad idea. So just gotta be careful. And then I gotta look to the left. Is there power coming down? You know, what's the color of the prior bars? I don't know if I would really say this is power. For the most part, this up leg. And that's where you gotta look at the bigger picture again. Yesterday, boom. Today, gap down, drop. You get this power bar with some follow through. Struggles at the MA, but look, in hindsight, this is what I figured. Boom, boom. Look at this leg. Split it in half. Oh wow. That's exactly where it stopped. Came up. The double dip. Oh. Wow. Came back up. Boom, boom. A bit sideways. Hard to trade. Coming to like Fab 4 and the 200 and everything. But overall, look where it went. It just went higher. It just went higher. Check that out. A bit sideways, but from the beginning of the day, look at that daily bar down here, and it's up here. Price is closing up for the day. Yeah. Looks like price did not hold here. And like, yeah, overall it was just kind of hard to trade for me today. And then on coin, I do agree that this was my mistake. This one would have materialized pretty decently. It never got below this, I don't think, but like from here, that's like 3 hours on that trade. 3 to 1 risk to reward. And then this thing just continued up, or like sideways-ish. Check out Roku, bro. Beautiful. So you look at the bigger picture. This thing was dropping the whole afternoon session yesterday. And what does it do today? Drops even more. So all it's been doing is dropping. So if you see power to the upside, which you pretty much get in this candle right here, bullish candle, boom, boom. It is going against position, but look at it. If you want to be safe and you want to be clear of everything, well, like your first trades would occur here. Boom. See, now it established the uptrend, stayed above 50%, triggers here, but it is into the 200. But if you want everything to be clear, you do have a trigger there. Did it trigger there too? It did, yes. Did it go? It did go. Beautiful trigger. And then MA breaks, but remember the rules, profit taking rules. New high, anything after this is already profit taking. you get your space away from the MAs, dual space from the 20 and 200, and space from the 20 and price. I'm pretty sure this kept going up or what? Or sideways. Sideways for the rest of the day. Meta this morning too. All Meta did last the afternoon session. Look at this. The bigger picture, drop, gaps down. It does drop a fair amount, but like it's not, you're not gonna catch like a 2-leg move down here from the big ass drop that it already did yesterday's afternoon grind down, and then the gap down this morning. Like you can't expect to get like 2 legs on there. And then what does it end up doing? Going up for the rest of the day. So boom, breaks above the 20, just keeps going up. You know, there's some parts of the day where it's like sideways, but overall up from the bigger picture of this drop. It's still going up. 5 minute looks pretty good. Look at the trend in the 5 minute. Keeps going higher. It's triggering again over here. It's only 15 minutes to market close though, so I can't even trade anymore. Took a max loss for the day. And man, it was pretty tough in the morning for some of these stocks, in my opinion. Like it was like a slow, like big drop. Position is technically negative, but from this big drop, it looks like price action just slowly goes up these days. So when you get a big drop the prior day and then a gap down, it looks like price tends to not put multiple legs down for a continuation. What it does is it'll normally, what I saw today was that it'll just kind of like slowly recover. You know, nothing crazy, but just look at that. Overall, it went up for the day. See this bar? And yeah, probable. See, all the charts look similar. Yesterday, big drop, gap down. Didn't really continue down, just slowly up. Oh wow. Look at this afternoon session. It's pretty much, oh, Nvidia this morning it looked pretty easy to trade. Nvidia. See, this is a trend that I could have caught. Boom, boom, color change, boom, color change, boom, boom, boom. Rest is history. See, that's why on losing days, you limit your losses, but on the easier days to trade, and in trends like this, you could catch some pretty nice moves. This thing overall going up now though. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today. The lesson for today is to just look at the bigger picture, be patient with your trade ideas, see what price did yesterday, and then, for example, if all it did yesterday was go down and today is a gap down, learn your stock and like see what's normal on it basically. And if you think it's going to continue to go down, ask yourself if you're asking for too much. Like, can it really put in multiple legs after all it did yesterday was go down, and this morning had a decently sized gap down. You know, be realistic with it. Don't ask your stock for too much. And then also what I learned is don't be so stuck on my bias. You know, with the negative position, I was thinking that I wanted to take shorts all day, but it ended up not materializing. And no follow through is a sign as well. Having no follow through, that's a sign. But after that, you need a signal for power to the opposite side. And if you have that, you might have to change your bias and trade. I mean, not might, you got to trade what the market is telling you to do. Trade what the market is doing. If the market is going up, you probably want to go up with the market, with the stock. And yeah, the weekend is coming up. Tomorrow I'll probably end up doing some type of psychology video. I'm just going to use this channel to really reflect on myself and just talk out all my thoughts and emotions. And I think it'll definitely improve my performance. And then we'll get back in the lab next week on Monday. All right. Thank you, guys.